Welcome to week 8, day 4. Today, we're going to continue our learning with counting to 100. Our learning goal for today is using 10 frames, I can count forward by tens, starting at 0 to determine the total number of objects to 100. Let's look at our learning goal. So that means the tool we're going to use is 10 frames, and we're going to be able to count forward. So today we're going to show or answer to find the total number of objects as we're counting to 100. Okay. What's this? Have you seen this before? It's a hundreds chart. Now, our learning goal today said we're going to start at 0. Do you see 0 on the hundreds chart? All by itself? No. So sometimes you're going to see a hundreds chart like this. And we're going to have to add in the 0 so that way we can start with the 0. So sometimes when you're counting by ones, you can add the 0 here. And you start at 0 and you can go all the way to 100. Remember, today we will be counting by tens. So we're not going to start the 0 here. Where else do you see lots of zeros that the 0 can go? Right. 0 could go here at the top of the tens column. Look at all of the zeros in this column. So it would fit right nicely right here. So sometimes you might see a chart like this that helps the 0 fit in. So when you're counting from 0 to 100 by tens, you can easily see that 0 fits in this column. Now, today we're counting by tens. So if we're looking at the hundreds chart, let's see, where do you see that number 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We see it here in the tens column. And as you add 10, the numbers get bigger. You keep adding 10 until we get to 100. Now, another way to say that we're counting forward by tens is it's called skip count. Because that means we're skipping all of these numbers and going straight to 10. Skipping all of these numbers to 20. And all of these numbers to 30. All of these numbers to 40, and so on. Like at the beginning of the week, we started off at 1, counting to 100. But when you're counting by tens, that means you're just using groups of 10 to count to 100. Let's see which way is quicker. Starting at 0, let's count by tens. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this is the way we're going to count by tens today. Did you find that counting by tens gets you quicker to 100? Yes, because we skip all of these numbers on the hundreds chart. And we just count by tens to get to 100. Okay, so let's see if we can count by tens using our fingers. We're going to start at the number 0. Get your zeros ready. Okay, so 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So our fingers aren't just used for counting by ones. We can show that we can count by tens. Okay, So let's get started. I think you guys are ready to count by tens today. Oh, look at all of these penguins. Can you imagine if your toy box fell over and all of these penguins fell out? Then you would have to count them to make sure that every one of them got back into the toy box. How could we count them? Now, to help us stay organized, we use our 10 frames, but in order to figure out how many of each, we would count them in groups of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'd circle one group. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would circle another group. So this last group, let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This looks a little messy, but I can see that I have one group of 10, two groups of 10, three groups of 10. So we're counting by tens. Let's go. 10, 20, 30. So we're using our 10 frames today to help us stay organized. So when we're counting each 10 frame, we're just adding on another. So 10, 20, 30. So how many penguins do we have in total? Right, we have 30 penguins in total, because remember, the last number that you count is the total number of objects. So we wouldn't say that there are only 10 penguins on this page, but there are 30. Great job. Let's keep going. Ooh. My brother stuffed his closet full of his frogs, but when I went to open the door, all of them hopped out and they got all over. So I need to count to see, to make sure that I have all of his frogs and I didn't lose any. So what's a good way to do our counting? Right, we're going to count a group of 10 and circle it. Let's see. One group of 10. Ooh, another group. Okay, and another group. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 10. Let's count by tens and get ourselves organized using our 10 frames so we can figure out how many we have. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40. There were 40 frogs on this page. 40 frogs that fell out of the closet. Each 10 frame, as you add one on, the number gets bigger. 10, 20, 30, 40. So what's the total number of frogs? Right, 40. Okay. Ooh. There are a lot of objects in the 10 frames. Let's see if we can remember how we're supposed to count our 10 frames. How many are in this frame? Right, 10. And so we're going to count by tens and keep going until we get to the last group of 10. Count with me. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Wow. So how many objects do we have on this page? Remember, your total number is the last number that you just counted. Right. We have 80 objects on this page. Can you imagine if they were mixed up and spilled out? It would be hard to circle all those objects. So I'm glad that we have 10 frames to help us stay organized. Okay, so here is your practice set. Now, I didn't say you needed any materials because today our goal was to count. So you don't have anything that you need to write today. You're just going to count. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use your hundreds chart and count by tens, starting at 0, then go to count to 100. We did that in our lesson today. So where's the 0? All right, the 0's right here. So you're starting at 0 and you're going to count to 100. All right, number 2, you're going to count by tens to determine the total number of starfish. Tell an adult your answer. Answer or show what the total number is. So you're going to count up your starfish using your 10 frames and tell an adult what the total number of starfish for number 2. Okay. Number 3, you're going to count by tens again to determine the total number of frogs. And remember to tell an adult your answer. So the question says how many frogs. You're going to count to tell how many frogs there are. So this last box, are there any frogs there? No. So are we going to count it? No, because that box would mean 0. So you're just counting the frogs. And you're going to count by tens to tell how many frogs you have, which is your total number. Okay, so I hope you have fun working on your activity for today. Don't forget to count by tens starting at 0. Remember your 0. Okay? And happy counting. Have fun. Stay safe. Bye.